Live from the Cactus Creek at Ibri, he is the king of prime time, Ghana's undisputed entertainment laureate, and still the youngest old man in Ghana. Put your hands together, show some love for the indefatigable KSM.
The KSM Show.
Well, you see, I'm still wearing my same shirt, and yesterday, last week I told you that we are going to have to continue this, so we'll have from last week. And the president too is here.
It's the same thing I wore.
The same thing. We are continuing, and we had a very, very amazing chat last week. Those of you who joined us, trying to get into certain decisions that sometimes you have to take to benefit the nation, that he had to take, even though he was sort of like a loner. He took those decisions.
The KSM Show.
Okay, folks, last week I told you that Hollard Life Insurance is now proudly associated with the KSM Show. One of the things about the Hollard Life Insurance policy is the introduction of Mebambo. And Mebambo is basically a funeral and disability insurance product. And I promised you that as the weeks go on, I'll be telling you a lot about the most frequently asked questions of Mebambo. And the first question people ask is, KSM, but why do I need this Mebambo insurance? Well, the reason is this. Mebambo provides your family with financial assistance in the sad event of your death or the death of anyone who is covered by the policy. Also, in case of any accidental disability, Mebambo is there to help. And like I always say, folks, all you need is to have a Vodafone SIM card and dial this number, *269#, and follow the voice prompts, and you are in. Listen to my man again.
Mommy, I have 2 boys in my home. See, my leg is broken. The hospital bill, they are finished. My house money, all they are disconnected. So what for no money? You come and say it now, mommy.
Mebambo life insurance and tip and was some a player to me. I did a year, I did chance one body. Uko Fesca him. Me catch the book with little money like 1 city. So when you are from here, or catch him say, insurance dear. A big man talk. You just dial *269. No about hash. Where we
always is a chicken. It's a chicken.
With 1 Ghana cedi, 5 Ghana cedis, 15 Ghana cedis, or 30 Ghana cedis per month, you can get up to 30,000 Ghana cedis for funeral and disability cost.
Dial *269#
to sign up via Vodafone Cash today. Mebambo, insurance made for you.
Located in the calm green hills of Ibri is Ghana's best gather.
And to make your reservation, we have some new numbers. And the new numbers are 0302 955 432 or 0302 965 460.
The best decision you'll ever make. Welcome home.
Pulse Fitness Center, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana. Meet the indefatigable captain.
There are 3 things that I love doing. Number 1, workout. Number 2, workout. Number 3, workout. Workout put mind, soul, and body together.
The captain has spoken.
We're getting busy. Bright lights, yeah, they make me dizzy. Logo Liggy. I just want the Lizzie. It's a Logo Liggy. Uptown, chasing for the Lizzie. Downtown, everybody busy. Logo Liggy. Like we Logo Liggy. I just want the
Pulse Fitness Center. East Legon Branch, Lizzie Sports Complex, Cotton Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. 0302 519-675. Kumasi branches. Officers Mess Branch. Denyame, Major Kobina Drive. Kumasi 0541-871-602. Golden Tulip Kumasi City Branch. Raintree Street 0322-492-647. Pulse, the premier destination for fitness in Ghana.
Say what lie we for run town.
Most of you are loving my jacket. Mr. Sao, I am if rough. The jacket is provided by KSM Essentials. So if you want some, this is the number to call, 0209 059 215. So call KSM and get yourself a pretty decent jacket.
The KSM Show.
Let's come back so that we can talk to him more about plenty other things. So we are back. Mr. President, we are back in your house. Well, we didn't leave, but I love Pedriasi Annex.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
What did you think of here? You started everything yourself when you came?
Well, yes. The place was designed by a Ghanaian young professor at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. A young professor at architectural school called Dr. Boche.
Dr. Boche. So, Dr. Boche, wherever you are, big up to you, man.
But before you give all the credit to the architect,
okay,
let me talk to you about the contractor who brought Dr. Boche to me.
Okay.
I hadn't met Dr. Boche. It was a contractor I knew who came, looked at the land, this side, all the points of the land, and then said he knew this architect.
Okay.
And that's
so the contractor recommended the architect.
Brought the architect. And then the architect surveyed the place and then did this rough sketch for me to look at. And I liked the whole thing. We changed a few things though. But the contractor was no other than Dr. Kufour.
Oh.
The same man famed for Adonko.
Adonko Bites.
Adonko.
I see.
Adonko, and which other things?
He also has a radio station.
A radio station, TV stations, and Angel.
Yes.
It was Kufour who
brought
Dr.
Okay. So he recommended Dr. Boche.
Yeah, he brought Dr. Boche. And then a structural engineer, also young, I don't think the guy would even be 50 now, Wilberforce, also from Tech. And together, they did this thing. Kufour assembled his masons, carpenters, the builders, tilers, and this is the result. See, now everything you see here has been done by Ghanaians.
Wow.
Except perhaps for the electricals. But if you look at the furniture done by a guy, Owusu, you see him, you might not think he knows anything.
Wow.
But the furniture, all the beautiful timber paneling, everything.
Done by
Owusu did. The metal works done by a very cute lady, one of the Swanikas, Constance Swanika.
Oh, yes. Wow. Wow.
And so this is it. This is a truly Ghana house.
The Ghana house. Pedriasi Aloj, a.k.a. Ghana house.
The designing, the building, the furnishing, the showcases done by Princess Furniture Company. Princess, incidentally, in my much younger days, when I was town clerk of Kumasi in the 60s, this Ghanaian girl then, called Miss Ajimai, came with a young Italian man, to be married. And as town clerk, I married them, gave them the civil.
Oh, you gave them the permit.
Then much later, I came to Accra to find that they were prospering so, and that the husband had, it was the guy who had built the Trazaco village, the husband.
Ooh.
And Villaggio.
That's the husband.
That's the husband. And so Miss Ajimai, or Mrs. Trazaco, Mrs. Was it Tarconi rather, the name Tarconi, did these cabinets. So truly Ghana House.
Ghana House. Show some love, man. Wow. So anyway, last week we started talking about some of the difficult decisions you take while as president, you know. I just want to bounce this off you. You know, you are now 84.
Getting, God willing, by December.
By December? Show some love, man. Your birthday is just 3 days away from mine, but not the birth date.
So you are a Sagittarian too?
I'm a Sagittarian.
Oh.
5th December.
We have a lot in common then.
We do.
Except that yours, you still retain your very humorous mentality. This guy I knew from, I don't think he was quite out of diapers when I knew. His father was my teacher in secondary school. And this guy wasn't secondary school boy yet. His elder brother was. But he was a nuisance on the compound. But now he's grown into such a fine gentleman.
Thank you, Senior. I'm thinking after you. I won't be president more, but I'm thinking after you.
Well, there was this guy who was the chair of this group within the party, Nasara Club, was a great friend of mine. He passed on, may he rest in peace. They styled him president before I came into power. Then I became president of Ghana. And then he brought his Nasara group to greet me. Came into my house near Tetekwashe Circle. I sat there and he was sitting and his people were called president. Then at a point, he looked at me and I looked back at him. He must have seen something in my eyes. So they called him president. No. From now on, I'm chairman. So I'm trying to make the point that a president is a president. In whatever community he gets the title, if the community decides their leader is president, you are his president. So you may become president with your group here. They may call you president. Only when you meet a heavier, bigger president, withdraw, acknowledge that you are just a small president.
I'm with the Ogboro himself, man. We were talking last week about some of the accomplishments. Looking back at what you have done so far, you know. I remember where I was going to go to when I talked about your age. Because, you know, me, since I turned 65, my age.
Oh, so you're 65.
So when I say 65 now, you know. But in a conversation with you, you're pointing out to me that no, the more you grow, the more guarded you should be.
Yes.
I was thinking that the more you grow, the more you're free.
Hey, free from what? No. My standpoint is, as you are blessed with aging in society, especially if you become a parent, then you should be more selfless. You should think of your progeny, your children, your grandchildren, the great-grand, and then the society at large, especially where, through social arrangements, the entire society elevates you to a role of a leader, say president. And so you become president looking after the entire nation, and you age to, say, 80, and now because you say you go into rice, and I'm free to do what I want. And that would be the height of irresponsibility. Because there's this, let me tell you this story. of some old man who was laboring in a farm trying to plant coconuts. And you know, unless it's one of the hybrid ones, but the old man was planting the old type of coconut that would take about 5 years or so to mature. A passerby saw him breaking his back trying to plant. Nana, why do you bother plant a coconut? So the old man shot back, looked at him. So you think I'm planting to eat it myself? No, I'm doing it for posterity. That's what aging should mean to all of us, including you. So as you grow old, you have to feel more responsible for the people coming, the generations to come after you. So this is how I see aging, old age. So 84 by December, yes.
Wow.
I've got children, I've got grandchildren, I've got a huge extended family, friends, and then I was president of Ghana. So I pray for a proper evolution of our country to benefit the people inclusively, all the people. We are evolving a nation. We are not talking tribes, we're not talking religions, we're not talking gender, we're talking of mankind, nations in this territory of ours called Ghana. So, yes, that's how I see aging.
Fantastic, fantastic, man. Fantastic. So, and I'm getting you very clearly. So being in this position, almost statesman, not almost, a magnificent statesman. For example, since you left office, presidents have come, gone. Do you feel a certain obligation as a statesman that when you look at the experience you've gone through, that maybe you want to tell the president, Chief, this direction could hurt? Do you feel that obligation, or you think as a statesman you should really give them freedom to do what they want to do?
Is it in your power to give freedom to anybody?
No.
As a retiree? No. I pray that they get their direction right, because if they should go astray, the impacts would hit all of us. Or anybody within the polity would suffer, including you, the old man. The one thing old men tend to like is to be comfortable in their little corners, you know. But if things should go awry for, say, the economy, for society generally, say there's turbulence of any sort, it hits all of us. So you pray that whoever is in control gets it right for the nation, the people generally. So this is it. And because of that, as and when anything hits me, when it hits me, I'm not talking of physical hit, but I come by any perception or ideas that things could be done differently or better, then I'll find ways and means to quietly channel my viewpoint to the leadership. It's not for me to go stand on platforms to shout, oh, this is not how I did it, or that. You see, especially with the changing times, the factors also tend to change. So what happened in ways during your tenure may not be
the same thing.
Same thing here. Yeah. So yours is only to quietly, behind the scenes, suggest that perhaps if you look at the factors this way and that way, things may go in this direction, which might yield more or would be more positive for everybody concerned. This is how I see it. They say, cometh the hour, cometh the man, meaning that the hours may be different, and with different times may be different people leading. So if your time has come and gone, you don't try to impose your thoughts and perceptions on the current people as they are trying to tackle the challenges facing the society.
Wow, okay. Solid. I have had some private conversations with you, and I know you don't forget anything, by the way. There were two things you have said.
The logo of my party is the elephant.
The elephant never forgets.
Elephant is reputed never to forget.
We'll come back to your memory power later, but there were two things I don't remember way back then that we were talking, that you mentioned, and somehow when I was preparing to meet you again, those two things came up again. I said, when I meet you again, I'll ask you, because I remember asking you about your system of governance and how your strategy of ruling everything, and you said you quoted a book, She Stoops to Conquer. You know, is that like a guiding principle that?
Well, it's part of. You use the word conquer. Immediately you throw up that word, then you are talking of like conflicts, a war or a serious challenge. And when you get entangled in that situation, your aim must be to win. You want to win against a force that perhaps, if you stand toe-to-toe with, might not give you a chance.
Will crash you.
May crash. But you still feel you must make your way through, beat that challenge, overcome that challenge. Stooping ordinarily implies a bit of demeaning, humiliating yourself. So it's not the thing to expect of a proud person. But you want to conquer, sometimes, then the way to do it might be to go low.
Stoop. Yeah.
So the challenger may not even see you. And before he will be aware, you knock him off.
You've overpowered them.
Yes, overpower them. That's what the whole thing is.
She stoops to conquer.
She's stooping to get there, wherever she is targeting to go. So that's what. And so with
I see. The second thing,
managing situations.
The second thing you told me that also was coming in my mind. I don't know what I asked you, whether it was your leadership style or something, and then you told me that as a leader, you should keep looking back.
Yes.
Which means being in touch of. I want you to explain that, because that's what you told me. Well,
what is the definition of a leader?
To be leading up front.
Leading what and whom? Or whom? People.
Leading, yeah.
If you don't have that following, then I think it's a misnomer to style yourself leader. You get me? And why should people follow you? Unless you've really convinced them, or somehow they've come to believe that following you might take them from wherever they are to even better places. And you accept the responsibility also to get them there. So as a leader, you have to make sure always
looking back
that the people who've surrendered themselves to you to take to the better place, you are taking them with you. You make them, you hold their conviction and interest that you are there for them.
So when you look back and there's nobody
there, when you look and they've gone, then perhaps they've passed a vote of no confidence in you. That way you are not a leader anymore. So a leader must always ensure that where he's going, he's really carrying the lead with him to the promised land. So that's what it means. Leadership, I like the term servant leader. Some people tend to think leadership should be a sort of domineering dictatorship, and that's no. You treat humans like that. But when they're afraid of you, they will kowtow to you and fawn for that. That's not the way to do it. You want, especially in a democracy, the people must voluntarily accept that they trust you, and that you won't betray them, you take them to where they want to go. And so you have to look.
Fantastic. On that note, we'll take another commercial break. When we come back, more with Senior His Excellency, J.A. Kufour.
Yeah.
The man we call Jack. We'll be right back.
KSM Show.
Okay, folks, last week I told you that Hollard Life Insurance is now proudly associated with the KSM Show. One of the things about the Hollard Life Insurance policy is the introduction of Mebambo. And Mebambo is basically a funeral and disability insurance product. And I promised you that as the weeks go on, I'll be telling you a lot about the most frequently asked questions of Mebambo. And the first question people ask is, KSM, but why do I need this Mebambo insurance? Well, the reason is this. Mebambo provides your family with financial assistance in the sad event of your death or the death of anyone who is covered by the policy. Also, in case of any accidental disability, Mebambo is there to help. And like I always say, folks, all you need is to have a Vodafone SIM card and dial this number, *269#, and follow the voice prompts, and you are in. Listen to my man again.
Mommy, I have 2 boys in my home. See, my leg is broken. The hospital bill they are finished. My house money all they are disconnected. So what for no money? You come and say it down, mommy.
Mebambo life insurance enti enwosome ekwaye etimi adechi aye adechi enso abode ukofesika wo he me ka kire buka mbanku with little money like 1 cedi ubanyi wasomdwie okachem say insurance there a big man talk. You just dial *269. No about hash. Where we
always is a chicken. It's a chicken.
With 1 Ghana cedi, 5 Ghana cedis, 15 Ghana cedis, or 30 Ghana cedis per month, you can get up to 30,000 Ghana cedis for funeral and disability cost.
Dial *269#
to sign up via Vodafone Cash today. Mebambo, insurance made for you.
Located in the calm green hills of Ibury is Ghana's best.
To make your reservation, we have some new numbers. And the new numbers are 0302 955 432 or 0302 965 460.
The best decision you'll ever make. Welcome home.
There is nothing that beats on-time arrival and departure when you're flying. You want to tell your people, I am arriving at this time, and they want to be at the airport, and at that time you are there. And if you want to do that, trust me, the name is Passionaire. And the hotline to reach them is 0800 221 221. Folks, I always tell you that if you are putting a lot of mileage on your car, the wear and tear is protected the best by Havolin oil lubricants. So if you have a car that is really, actually, always at work, the name is Havolin. And by the way, I got a few calls from people who said they are interested in actually working as distributors for Havolin products. I checked with them and they have actually given me a number. So if you're interested in being a distributor for Havolin products, this is a number to call. 059 944 3300. And in case you want to service your car and change your engine oil with Havolin lubricants, then please, by all means, do it at A to Z Automobile Servicing. As you can see, folks, I have donned my Adipa Essentials. If you want any of these jackets or one like these, this is the number to call. 0209 059 215. So call Adipa and get yourself a pretty decent jacket.
The KSM Show.
We're back. Reporting live from Pedriasi Annex. That's where we are. See now, I've been looking around here. It's almost like a museum. Do you have a collection of, well, I'm sure you've been traveling a lot, I guess, because there are so many things. One of your gentlemen took me around. Swords, vases, so many things. These are things you collect as you travel? What's the...
It's true. Collect, most of them are sort of given.
Oh, they are given to, yeah.
Yes, but naturally, because I do appreciate and also value Many of the things you see I kept them, and now with this opportunity, I display them in other showcases. So there's it. But traveling, yes. You remember, I got criticized heavily.
For traveling?
For traveling too much. Yes, it's privilege. And from way before I became president, I was traveling. I can say that perhaps I traveled on all the 5 continents of our planet. If it's the Americas, if it's Europe, if it's Asia, if it's Australia, if it's our continent, Africa. I traveled everywhere. Not, say, gallivanting. Invariably, I always went on invitations, except on very few occasions where. But my only thing is, because by nature I love traveling, even when I had been invited on some business or whatever, like Nkrumah's slogan, work and happiness. Even as I went on some serious matter,
and then you put
I also
yes.
enjoyed the traveling. So many of the things you see here.
Amazing things. Amazing. Any particular one or two that you find thrilling, or all of them are like?
Practically all of them. But there's a clay pot in this here. I was invited on the anniversary of abolition of slave trade to go to Britain, Hull. That's the home of William Wilberforce. I'm sure you know of the history of slave trade abolitionists. William Wilberforce was a member of parliament in Britain in those days, about 200 years or so back. And he was member of parliament from Hull. That's where Hull University is. So I was invited to speak during the anniversary. And the other guy that had also been invited was Archbishop Desmond Tutu of South Africa. So we went, and after the ceremonies, we were taken around, and we visited the home of Wilberforce that has been kept as a museum. And there, and around his compound, we saw heaps of clay, because that part of Britain is famed for clay works, pottery. And so and we went through his rooms and all that, learned the history, and the way he really championed those who said slaving was not good, was against Christ and religion. So I came back to Ghana. I think I had even finished. No, I was still president. Because I remember going with late Jacob Echebilamte and all that. I came back to Ghana. And then one day, and I think then I had retired from presidency, I learned the Archbishop of York, and that part of Britain is part of the Diocese of the Archbishop of York, was visiting Ghana, and that he wanted to call on me. I was naturally so happy that such a dignitary would visit. He came carrying a box like that. So, Your Grace, thank you for coming. I said, oh yes, I'm visiting Ghana, and I was asked to bring you this box. I took it. We opened it, and I saw the clay pot. He said, you remember when you visited Hull, you visited William Wilberforce's home? I said, yes. You remember the clay piles there? I said, yes. The piles had been there from his time, about over 200 years. Clay dumped that had been there, matured for over 200 years. So yes. Well, the authorities there decided to make 4 pots.
They made 4.
Coolers from the clay you saw. Of the 4, they gave Queen Elizabeth of Britain 1. They are bringing 1 to you. They take the next 2, Archbishop Desmond Tutu. The 4th they would keep at Wilberforce's home.
Wow. So that's it there.
Okay, what is there, you can see it for yourself. Great history, and the artistry, the way they've done it, the pottery, is something that I'm very proud of. I can tell stories about everything you see here, but that's one thing that really
very special.
Very special
Wow.
to me.
Amazing, amazing. And I'm going to get personal, Your
Yes,
Excellency.
yeah, go personal.
At the beginning, last we saw the picture of His Excellency with, we all call her Madame Teresa.
Yeah.
You know, young days.
Yeah.
President, now I swear I go home.
Now, because I'm going now, yes, waga.
You
want to know? Madame Teresa, as you call her, and we've been married for September. We would be married for 60 years.
60 years. Show some love, man. Wow.
And,
that is beautiful.
She's an exceptional human being. Exceptional human beings. A lot of times I question myself, quietly though, whether I've been deserving of her.
Wow.
So I call her my landlady.
Your landlady.
That's when I want to soothe her, but put her in her place, because sometimes it could be quite wild. So I said, landlady, and she'll giggle a bit. And then even while she's fuming, I see she calms down. Because the whole idea is the landlady can throw you out. I don't want to throw you out. So that's the relationship. Yeah, but we've been...
Wow, 60 years.
6 years.
What advice would you give
20s,
these young ones who are not even married yet? You know?
Well, we were in our 20s when we married. 20s.
20s? Wow. What was the initial attraction?
Oh, well, to begin with, I saw her and I thought she was beautiful. And I got engaged in conversation. I liked her mind and her temperament. Very understanding and considerate, kind. And that was in Britain in those days.
Well, that was in Britain. Okay.
After a while, within a year, if you're going to do it, then perhaps this was as good a time as ever. So strike it. And it worked.
Wow.
And so that's it. We've been together.
How long was the courtship when you saw her?
1 year.
1 year. Oh, wow.
1 year.
You took your time.
Very much. And because, really. And 1 year, no, I don't believe there's anything like a perfect world or relationships or a person. But on balance, I would say it's as good as perhaps can be. So I'm also thankful for that.
Show some love, man. So these young ones who mostly are married.
Oh, are they married? What are you waiting for? Don't expect Mr. Gold to drop from heaven for you. So look at them. Look at that giant of a man. Look at that Katachie sitting there. You may be surprised if you take your time. With a bit of time, you may find your Mr. Right.
And this is not going to just the crew here. All of you in Ghana listening, Charlie, yes, say, take your time, you'll find Mr. Right. No gold will drop from heaven.
No.
So how many children and grandchildren?
5 children.
5 children, okay.
But they are old men. First one is 59, September, will be 59 years old. Second one, 58. Third one, 57. You see, it's in a deliberately given.
You get busy every year.
Yeah. When we started, we thought we could carry the entire world. We were young and confident and strong. But then after the third one, we
slowed down a bit.
Yeah, I think we came back to Ghana at 65. That was when the third one came. The first two in Britain, third one, 65. Then things are changed in Ghana. The economy, again, was horrible. So we were forced to take our time. And then, so the fourth one came, I think, 3 years later, 68. And then, that time, I had decided to come into politics. But that time, the fourth one came when I was that age. 27, 28. I was managing Kumasi. I had been made the town clerk of Kumasi. So big responsibility. Had staff working to me, 4,000 staff, including city medical officer of health, city engineer, I was the town clerk. They all worked to me. And then, 69, decided to enter politics, age 30. Age 30. So we came to Accra, moved from Kumasi, me and my wife. My wife was a nurse midwife. And so we came to Accra, and we needed to settle, so we tightened our belts, so we wouldn't keep on. The funny thing, I hope my wife would forgive me. Her mother was so prolific. She had 14 children.
14?
14 children.
Wow.
My mother had 10 children. So between us, 4 was like ordinary. And we felt we were capable of continuing. But then coming to Accra in those times with the difficulties in the country and all that, we said, let's slow down, slow down. But the last one dropped 72. Sadly, he came when the government of which I was member had been overthrown. And I was in prison in Ashford.
Oh, so you were in jail?
And the poor woman was left with looking after the first 4 and then carrying this 5th. When she gave birth, I think that was June 6, 72. I didn't come out of prison till the next year, March 73. So when I came out and with this fat little baby, looking at me like some stranger invading her mother's privacy.
Territory, yes.
So that was it. Then we decided, no, put a stop to all this nonsense of having babies, too many babies. So that's it. But grandchildren-wise, all the 5 have reproduced for me. So now I think we count something like 14 grandchildren.
14. Wow.
Of whom 8 are girls, very smart girls. Most of them mature. Even the youngest now is about 14 or 15. The first one is in Britain, about 26, 27. They keep on, they want to study and study. So last time I heard from her, she WhatsApped me and I looked funny, hairdo and all that. So I warned her, hey, stop this nonsense. I want to see my great-grandchild. So stop them. So she laughed. I'm sure she'll say, oh, this old man is a nuisance. And the following girl, they've all done well. Postgraduate studies and all that.
Wow.
So I'm proud.
Show some love, man. And Senior, one of the things that you are also well known for extremely is you have a magic memory, man. Is that hereditary or how do you... The other time I saw you, I think I was talking to my sister Nimana. I said, you had said hi. He said, hey, what kind of Mr. You don't even know. Is genetic?
It could be. Because in 98 now in Kumasi.
98.
But we engage in it.
Wow.
And Kufour, Dr. Kufour, also
kind of maza.
And my fans said, jeans and all.
Wow. Wow. Do you take pride in it? We should be now. Woman who say, "What kind of that?" Is there
it comes naturally. It's not like to show off some kind of everything. But such a long time you saw him or her. I think I know you. Then sometimes they will help you. Oh, yes, and then immediately the memory is activated. You remember, and so you join in. So that's what.
Your Excellency, if you were to be asked to assess yourself, why you be what, in your own opinion, is the legacy? Or legacy episode and a legacy what you have left?
I'll tell you, truthfully, that I believe in mankind so much.
Mankind,
humanity. I believe in this mystery. Just humans are. The Bible says we were made in the image of God. Truly, I believe in this, if you like, near divinity of man. When I say man, woman included, of course. And so my sense, and I see myself as a liberal Democrat, seriously, and I want that for every human being. I want the dignity of humanity to be central to everything. Even in this day of technology, we talk of artificial intelligence and so forth and so on. And there's genuine fear that if humanity is not careful, it might get enslaved even by its own creativity, mankind's creativity, because artificial intelligence is produced by man. The ingenuity of man. And yet, things are happening these days. We are at a loss. We don't know what's going to happen around the corner. So what I want above all is for us, man again, when I say us, to try to be so inventive as to be able to ensure that mankind would be the justification. My French, the little I learned from school. In those days, I think I used to be quite good, but these days, I don't know, it's like Trècheville French. My Makola type of, Ivory Coast, when you talk Trècheville, is like Makola there. Raison d'être, the reason for being, is man. And so in politics, which has been like my mainstay in career terms, everything to do should be to better the lot of man. And so my legacy is the well-being of man. I want to feel like I've been a blessing to people I come across. Saying this does not mean I'm not an angel. And when I feel crossed unfairly, I can be quite bad. But if people treat me fairly, I want to be fair across the board. People around me, like I say, I've been so privileged in life. I want to be privileged. I want to privilege them. I want to benefit people who come across me. So this is treat people fairly, give respect until people forfeit their entitlement to respect from you. And how do you do it in current times? We are not all equally privileged. So whatever you can do, like in government, in terms of social interventions, to help people feel that they too count, do it for them. That's the humanity, say, governance. That's what I try to do through my politics.
Fantastic.
And in other fields, whatever, you are an artist, whatever you're doing, make. And the times are troubled now, so complicated. To humorize, make people feel when they encounter you or see your works, your interview, let them laugh themselves too, so they forget the very complex lives we are forced to live in these days. This is one thing that is very important to me. Wealth, yes, but wealth for what end? if your wealth won't translate into making life easier, better for you and for others, be generous. Generous to man. So this is my overriding thing.
Fantastic, man. Show some love, man. Oh, wow. You agree with me that this has been 2 weeks of fascinating interview with His Excellency. I've learned so much, unbelievably. Little things that I may yell out there, say out there. I've had a change of mind, and it's always a pleasure, Senior, encountering you, because you impart so much knowledge. And you have done that for me and the rest of Ghana. Trust me. Oh. And you know that already.
Well. Yeah. Coming from you, and I think I know you a bit, know how your mind is. I appreciate it very much.
My pleasure.
You see so much. Senior, it's truly, if I tell my story, the privilege, and it's part of my believing in God. Because everywhere, not just in our country, I've been so well treated all over. And I've told you, I've traveled on all the 5 continents. Yeah. I've met the high and low everywhere. And I want to say it's that because of that, and because I had plenty of time to think and rethink, humility to me is a big virtue. I've come to where I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Providence has been good to me, and I want this
to extend it
to everybody.
One more time, y'all. One more time. Thank you very much, folks. I've done lots and lots of interviews, man, but this one is so different. And it's been an honor for me to sit here and have this chat with my senior. And for those of you who don't know, when he talked about Oketeche guy being in the background, that's my son guy. Sefa is Upokuwari guy. They're also good.
They are good. They are good.
But senior, thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for coming. It's always a joy for you to come around.
I will keep coming.
Oh, you promised, but you are like a promise and fail person.
So on that note, folks, I promise not to promise and fail. But in the meantime, reporting live from Peduasi Annex, KSM, with His Excellency standing up saying, we are out of, let the whole world say, yeah.